Hey everybody, back to the car today. So first order of business I think is weld up all these holes that we determined are not supposed to be here. I got a couple up there, these two big ones here. I'm gonna have to make a little metal plug for those. That's a big old hole. A couple little ones down here. I think that's it. So we'll get started with that. This is a little wonky here, so I'm going to tap that edge down there to try and get that flat before I try to put that in there. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm not going to do the hole in the bottom there. You see where that goes through here. You see, I'm not going to bother patching this. That's supposed to be there, I think. Notice and I think Sam actually put that in his video too, that this hole is here but not on the other side. So gotta be careful doing this, putting the little plug in there, because if I drop that plug in the hole, boop, it's gonna be gone. So I have to be careful about that. But anyway, let me make those plugs up. So we're gonna try the My Friend Pete trick. I've never done this before, so put something on here, dirty gloves on there. Where's the hole? Here. Let's see if that'll leave a mark where my glove was. I don't think my gloves are dirty enough. No, they're not. Oh well, I don't have any really dirty gloves. I threw them all away, so. There, that'll work. Use a piece of paper and press it in the hole. All right. I transferred a pattern to a little piece of sheet metal here. Cut that out. Snips. Try to anyway. Did anything. Oh, that magnet's hard to get off. Can't do that with gloves on. Well, that left side is a little high, so I'm going to try and tack down the right here. That feels about right. And then I'll grind that down a little bit and try and tap that in. It's too high. Good. Grinder. Grind the edge of my mallet away, but that piece is just going to fall in the hole when I do this. I don't think I'm going to get it any better than that without punching it through, so it's going to go with that. So I was saying, it sounded like it blew through a little bit, and as you can see, gigantic hole right there. So I probably welded that a little too long. So I'm going to cool that off, grind it down a little bit, and then try and fill that hole in. I'll turn the current back down again. Still a little hole up at the top there I need to plug. We'll call that one done. That was a heck of a lot more pain than it should have been. The one up back there is going to be all kinds of fun. Trying to weld and grind about this little corner here and these guys. Alright, I'm not going to bring you along for those. I'll show you when they're done. Having all kinds of problems with getting that little slug to stay in place there, so I'm going to try this. Put some tape on there, see if that'll hold that little dog in there. The metal's all angled in here, so I can't use the big magnet, except from this direction, and I can't see what I'm doing. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. I'll give it a try. Just need it to stay in place long enough to get one tack in, that's it. Every time I touch it with anything, it just disappears. It moves. Give this a try there. Alright, equipment on. Alright. Wish me luck. Off of it. got it. Tape off and see if we stayed in place or not. Okay, it's nice and hot. All right, I think that worked. Except for the second-degree burn I just got on my finger. That's okay. All right, I'll turn this off for a minute. All right, so all the welds are done up in here. Those two guys. So we'll go ahead and put some fiberglass on those guys, and then while that's drying, I'll go ahead and start sanding this stuff down. All right, let's show you where we are after sanding down the fiberglass. Things don't look too bad. I mean, you're definitely going to be able to tell there was a repair here. There's a big ridge running through here and through here, which, you know, unless I went and hammered and dollied all this stuff smooth, there's just no way around that. And I don't really think I want to do that, just because it's so hard to get around the top and the bottom of the car and try and do anything. So I'm just going to leave it. And plus, if I do anything now, I'm going to crack up all this fiberglass. So I'm just going to leave that. There are quite a few pinholes and air bubbles and things in here. A few rough spots. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a wipe of the Rage Ultra I just got to give that stuff a test. Just to plug up those holes. Or actually, no, I take that back, hang on. Yeah, scratch that. I have this glazing putty I forgot about, so I'll go ahead and put a wipe of this across all those holes. I did all of that work and I came around the other side and realized there was another hole there. You guys probably saw it in the video. So, not done yet. I gotta patch that still. Alright, I think we're gonna call it a day there. It's about 3:30, so I've been at this for about 4 hours. Everything's done and sanded down under here. Everything's looking pretty good. I went over everything with the DA with 80 grit and the painted surfaces with 150. I will probably feather this stuff out a little further with 320 or something. So the idea is I'll bring the primer out to about here, I guess, and then run the single stage past that. So I'll scuff this all the way out to this edge here with 320. This was for the epoxy here. The epoxy actually says you can use 320 or 400 on existing paint. I'm going to give it a little more tooth just to be safe. I'm not really worried about sanding scratches and stuff under here. So that's all set. On the other side, I did go a little crazy over here. So I tried to get off all the E-coat. As you can see in the patch here, there's a little bit left on there, but got most of it off. The repair looks pretty good. So there is a crown right here and right here. There's not really much I could do about this. There's a cross member right there, and I kind of wanted to pop up right there, so I couldn't really knock it down anymore. I did take this opportunity to strip off most of the paint over here that had all that crap in it that I was talking about in the last couple of videos of the aluminum oxide that fell in the paint when I painted this trunk. So this is all pretty smooth now. Just to keep some common sense, I sanded this down here just to knock off the crud, and I stopped here when I got to the drop-off panel. The drop-off panel has a bunch of that crud in it too, but I'm not going to go any further than that. I think that's a reasonable place to stop. So this is pretty smooth now. There might be a little bit of texture left in that. This should be very smooth. As you can see, it's down to bare metal. I've got to figure out exactly where I'm going to stop in all these places over here to do the seam. Oh, I just noticed another hole in the trunk there. And those people went crazy putting holes in this trunk. Anyway, so this is pretty much ready to go. for shooting the epoxy on it. I think I have convinced myself I'm not going to bother trying to finish this until the car is much further along, because I know it's just going to get destroyed again. Just vacuuming this thing out is scratching the paint and stuff, so I'm just not going to mess with it for now. So I'll just put the epoxy on. The epoxy's black, so you actually may not even be able to tell that part of it's painted and part of it's not. So that's pretty much ready to go. And I started my checklist over here to get this guy down off the rotisserie. Since I put my whiteboard up there, I figure I might as well put something off. Put it up there rather. So if you guys can think of anything else, let me know. So patching the trunk's almost done. Welding holes is almost done. Fixing crud, almost done. I've got on here to fix the passenger side drop-off panel and go ahead and do the quarter panel patch, because that'll be easier while that's up, because I'm just patching that little corner there, so I don't need to worry about getting the doors on and all that. Straighten the rocker seam. Get this thing all sorted out while it's still up in the air. Put the 4-link brackets in. Strip and epoxy the tail panel. Check the driver's side drop off. There's still a bit of quarter panel covering that up, so I don't know what that looks like. It'd just be easier to fix the drop offs while the car is up in the air. Check the outer wheel houses. I did notice looking at this one that there's a hole right here, which I didn't notice before, so there's at least some rust repair that needs to be done there. Hopefully that doesn't blow up too bad when I strip that down. And then last but not least is sand all of that crap off of there and get that in epoxy. I think that's it. And then this thing's ready to come down off the rotisserie. If you guys can think of anything else that would be good to do while the car is up in the air, let me know. Just to give you the quick state of affairs in case you haven't been caught up on everything we've done here. So the bottom of the car has all been done with epoxy and single stage urethane from here back. This still needs to be done, but I can't really paint any of this until I get that off the rotisserie. So I mean, I could clean it I guess, but I can't paint it, so that's kind of stuck. And I was thinking this was going to be body color anyway, so this may be one of the last things I do anyway. Let's see, all the metal repairs are done on the bottom. Like I said, this needs to be fixed. Let me straighten the car up so you can see what the other side looks like here. Hang on. Just a reminder of the driver's side here. So this quarter panel in large measure is going away. So like I said, I want to get this last piece of quarter panel off here and see what the drop-off panel looks like. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, but until I get that off of there, I won't know. That's about it, I think. And I need to start working on the rest of the car. So much more to do. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'll see how long this video is. Maybe I'll post it. Maybe I'll save it and glue it together with something else. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.